When I think of Anzac Day, to me, I think of this book here, which sits above my old desk. It's a book that my wonderful Uncle Joe left to our particular family. My uncle's name was Joseph Faust. Uncle Joe had this book at the end of the 1930s. Joe was in the 2nd 26th Battalion in the Second World War. And Joe and a good mate of his called Reg Valmadre, both were from my little hometown of Proserpine. Both went to school at Nudgee College. And Reg and Joe, as soon as the Second World War started, they both signed up. And very, very quickly they found themselves in the 8th Division up in the battle for Singapore. When Singapore fell, Reg and Joe spent almost a year in Changi jail. After about a year, Reg and Joe and many thousands of others from Changi, they were shipped north to the Burma Railway. In late 1943 and early 1944, the actual Japanese rounded up about 1,500 of the strongest, fittest young men, and they were taken down to board ships to go to work in the mines over in Japan. In September 1944, they were in the South China Sea. An American submarine saw the ship, thought it was full of Japanese troops or cargo, and the American submarine, the Sea Line, sunk the particular ship that Joe and Reg were then on. It took about 12 hours to actually sink. And a prisoner of war from up in the Mackay area who actually survived the whole thing told my family that as the ship sunk, rafts were then made. And he still can remember this raft in the South China Sea, and it was covered in oil. And he can remember clearly Joe holding on to guys on the raft and Reg swimming out, getting other guys floating in the water, bring them back to the raft and put them there, and then Joe would hang on to them. That happened for hours. And when the sun came up the following morning, Joe and Reg were never seen again. To me, that story is sad, but it's a story of brotherhood, of friendship, of courage, but it's a story of giving. So every year when Anzac Day comes around, I think of the words of Pope Paul VI. Paul VI said, if you want peace, work for justice. So every year, Anzac Day, I think of Reg, I think of Joe, and I do my little bit to say, how can I be an instrument of peace? What can I do in my own little way to be a person of justice? And when I do that, Reg and Joe's life was not in vain.